Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers. Welcome to the daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings. And on this Cricket Happening show, the first day's play were a sensational burst of short pitch bowling, I would say, from Neil Wagner of New Zealand, which actually had the West Indies crumbling to 134 all out after the openers had scratched 59 without loss in the first session, where the ball was not doing much. But after that, Neil Wagner really ran riot, I would say, as he went on to scalp 7 wickets. His career best analysis, 7 wickets for 39 runs in 14.4 overs to sink the West Indies to 134 all out after batting first. And the New Zealand openers did a good job, decent job I would say, as they closed at 85 for 2 at close on the first day of the first test match at the Basin Reserve at the Wellington Cricket Ground. Now the next thing is which is of much interest, or which I'll be talking about on this cricket show of mine, would be a preview of the day-night test match with the pink ball, which is coming up tomorrow between the Aussies and the Englishmen in the Ashes series. So Ashes series sees the first day-night test ever, and that's going to be happening tomorrow at the Adelaide Oval. So I'll be doing a brief preview, but let's start off with this sensational spell of bowling from Neil Wagner, who used some real short pitch bowling to actually rattle the West Indies. And let's see as to what happened. So it was a good toss to win. So New Zealand won the toss and they decided to insert the West Indies end. So definitely in the first session, if one noticed, the ball was not doing much. There was not much seam movement. It was the breeze was not helping. Brathwaite and Powell were absolutely at ease when playing, especially Kieran Powell was really looking very good with his very good stroke making. As I said, there was not much movement, but Brathwaite on the other hand was still a bit watchful, took his time at the crease, and in its session they had actually added 59 runs. There was with absolutely no problems. With Trent Boult, Matt Henry, Grant Home, nothing. Neil Wagner not able to find something. But after the first session was over, things started happening for the Kiwis, as it was Brathwaite was the first victim. Now it was Wagner who started realizing that that there was not much movement in the pitch. He decided to start angling the ball into the batsman's ribs, and that's what he precisely was doing, and he was doing that to a nicety, I would say. And then the first victim, the first breakthrough, was provided by Neil Wagner when he had Brathwaite actually fending at a delivery which was angled into his body, and it was taken by Henry Nicholls. He was gone. Caught Nicholls' ball ranked for 24 with 1-6, so he did not hit a single boundary. Hetmyer came in and immediately imposed himself on the game by striking 3 good boundaries, very confident boundaries at that, but then Shimron Hetmyer could not last long. He was a victim of the bowling of Wagner. Another short pitch delivery, Hetmyer was walking back to the pavilion. Caught Latham bowled Wagner for 13, which made it to 79, but before that they also lost their mainstay Kieran Powell after making 42 8-4. Now this was well done by Trent Boult. Actually he tested him with some ball which was actually swinging away, and then the ball was shaping away. At the last moment the ball shaped then, and Kieran Powell was gone as he nibbled at it. He got an edge inside his boundary. Raval was the one who actually picked up the wicket, and the West Indies score read 79 for 3, and Wagner was really looking dangerous at the time, and it proved. And one thought that Shai Hope, who has been very consistent with his scoring in test matches, would provide some support here with Roston Chase in the middle, but that was not to be. Wagner was really firing, and he picked up the wicket of he sent Shai Hope for a duck, and Roston Chase also felt fending at the delivery. He was gone for 5, and then Sunil Ambrish was actually making his test debut, and one has probably this was a dismissal, and I'm sure I think this is the first ever dismissal has hit wicket in any grade of test matches, I would say, because I think this is a very rare occurrence whereby Sunil Ambrish, who was making his debut, with the very first ball he received from absolutely fired up Wagner, had nothing to do. He actually got a ball. The ball was pitched on around the leg stump. Sunil Ambrish actually went on the back foot, probably trying to work it away, but in the process his foot actually struck the stumps and his bails fell. And Sunil Ambrish, I think he was the first ever victim who on his test debut of the very first ball of his career was gone, and that was an odd dismissal. He was gone, hit wicket bowl Wagner for naught, which really complicated matters at the time, and with Chase also gone, the score at 97 for 6. And then we had Jason Holder, and after that, after Roston Chase was gone, Ambrish was gone, with the score rating 80 for 5, it became 97 for 6 when Chase was out, and then Jason Holder was a victim. What a crushing Yorker, a real toe crusher from Neil Wagner, finding the target. Jason Holder was gone for naught, and that was a big blow for the West Indies, and one was only now waiting whether West Indies could crawl to safety at 100. That definitely happened thanks to Shane Dowridge, who contributed 18 with 3 boundaries before being run out. Kemar Roach remained not out on 14, and Miguel Cummins knew nothing about a delivery from Bolt which actually hit the timber. Gabriel, he was gone for 1, and Sharon Gabriel's last man out caught Latham Bowl Wagner for 10 with 2 boundaries and 134 all out. Never a good score. West Indies definitely really disappointing, I thought, but Neil Wagner was splendid. I thought he really bowled a good line. What he did is he understood that there was not much movement for the bowlers, and he decided to stick to his old principle of actually, Neil Wagner, as you know, as far as his test career is concerned, I think he is the one who uses short pitch bowling in a very liberal manner. And look at his bowling analysis, his career best analysis in test cricket, 14.4 overs, 2 maidens, 39 runs and 7 wickets. Splendid bowling from Neil Wagner. Take a bow, Neil Wagner. Grand home photos, none for 13. Matt Henry, 1 minute, none for 39. Bolt was amongst the wickets as well. Trent Bolt, 16 overs, 8 maidens, 36 runs and 2 wickets. So that was as far as West Indies were concerned. Now New Zealand, in their reply, they were very watchful, but again they didn't have any issues at all. Tom Latham, as you know, is a very watchful player. G. Travel is someone who likes to really grind the bowling opposition, and that's what they precisely were doing. In between, we saw some strokes were interspersed by Latham and Raval in their tenure, as they put up an opening partnership of 65 runs for the first wicket, and then finally Tom Latham was victim. When Tom Latham got a ball just sitting on him, it was definitely something that needed to be pulled. It was short delivery from Holder, and Tom Latham pulled at it, but the unfortunate part was that it was actually had taken the top edge of the bat, and the ball flew directly into the hands of Kemar Roach, and Latham was the first victim, out for 37, 5 boundaries. G. Travel was joined in by Kane Williamson. Roach came into the attack, and Roach immediately nipped the wicket of Kane Williamson. I thought it was a brilliant delivery from Kemar Roach, which actually moved in, and he was caught by Shai Hope, the bowling of Roach for 1. So that made it 68 for 2, and then finally, when stumps were drawn for the day on day 1, drawn on day 1, the score for New Zealand read 85 for 2. G. Travel was on a compact 29 with 3 boundaries, and Ross Taylor was not out on 12 with 2 boundaries. So definitely one can say, knowing this particular pitch as to what the reports are coming in, Neil Wagner, who was had an interview after the day was over, really hinted at saying that he knew this particular West Indies pitch very well, when on the first day it doesn't offer you anything, but on the second day it really quickens up. So I think the New Zealand batsmen definitely would be eyeing a good lead, no doubt about it, and they have good knowledge of the conditions. So I'm expecting New Zealand to actually do something, but they also have to be very watchful. If Neil Wagner's words are anything to go by, it says that the pitch will quicken up on the second day, and also if at all you are going to not have the full face of the bat on the bat, and the edges are definitely going to carry into the slip or the gully, the closing cordon for sure. So I think it would be a nice battle to watch tomorrow when the second day unfolds itself in the first test match at the Basin Reserve in Wellington. But a nice day, I thought, of cricket here. Gabriel, 10 overs 2 minutes, none for 22. Kemar Rose, 9 overs 4 minutes, 1 for 27, bowled well. Cummins 8 overs was on the money, I would say. Gave nothing away to the New Zealand batsman. 8 overs 5 minutes, none for 6. Jason Holder bowled 9 overs 4 minutes, 1 for 19. And Chase bowled 2 overs, which cost 7 runs. So that's the match summary as far as the first day's play is concerned between West Indies and New Zealand on the first day at the Basin Reserve in Wellington. So good start for New Zealand in the first test match here. Now the next thing is the second test match, which is coming up between Australia and England. I'm going to do a brief preview here. We are talking about a day-night test match, and this is the first time ever. We know day-night test matches have been played, but this is the first time ever a day-night test match is played in the Ashes series, which is a sort of a significant thing according to me. And I have to say, to me, Australia were already breathing fire after actually winning the first test match. They are the ones, to me, are looking much stronger because they have more experience of day-night test cricket with a pink ball than England, who probably are yet to play. If I'm not wrong, England, I'm not really sure whether England have played a day-night test match. I still need to look into the record. Probably, I reckon they did play. Yes, that is Alistair Cook's 243 comes to memory against West Indies in Birmingham. And that was the only test 100 that Alistair Cook got. So definitely that's still on. So England, but the more experienced are the Aussies, I would say, as far as pink ball day-night test cricket is concerned. And we also know that the highest wicket takers in day-night test cricket right now belongs to Mitchell Starc and Josh Hazlewood. Mitchell Starc with the pink ball has, I'm told, 42 victims, and Josh Hazlewood has 33. So that says it all. So let's have a look at the Aussie team, the Australian team. The Australian team, we saw that Cameron Bancroft had a wonderful debut, even though he failed at the first innings. In the second innings, he was very instrumental in having a comprehensive victory over England in the first test match in the company of David Warner. So they are in some very good form. Usman Khawaja needs to find some bit of form here with a pick ball. Stephen Smith was the man of the match, and I have nothing to say about Stephen Smith. We all know his greatness in international cricket today. Peter Handscomb is someone who could not make much of an impression, and he would be looking forward to it. And definitely he has some good record as far as pink ball cricket is concerned, Peter Handscomb, I'm told. Sean Marsh looked well since such time he got out. I thought Sean Marsh looked good in the first test match. Tim Paine is another youthful lower order batsman and wicketkeeper, and his keeping skills, as you know, he's the best in the in Australia right now, Tim Paine, and he definitely showed that showed us why in the first test match. The bowling looks very sharp. There comes in the challenge for the Englishmen. Mitchell Starc, Pat Cummins, Josh Hazlewood. I think it's an awesome pace, awesome combination of bowling. And Nathan Lyon is someone. So definitely the Aussie bowling is looking very sharp. And as I said, they have already done something in the first test. So that really tells me that Australia would be absolutely, their confidence will be sky high when they walk in to take England in the second test match. In the day-night test match here, they are laid oval with a pink ball. As far as England are concerned, England have some injury problems, I am told. Moeen Ali's spinning finger is a problem, but I am told that Moeen Ali would still be played, and we all know how important Moeen Ali's role is as far as England are concerned. Now looking at the English team, looking at the English team, Alistair Cook and Mark Stoneman and James Vince did a very good job in the first innings as they rescued the English team. So Alistair Cook and Joe Root, one knows that Alistair Cook and Joe Root, it's only a matter of time for them to hit their straps, which they surely will. And David Mallon also played a good hand in the first test match, in the first innings I would say, but the second innings was a big problem. I'm sure England would have learned their lessons well. They would have worked on some sort of, they would have probably looked at the videos and see what exactly went wrong for them in the second innings. The problem was their second innings, and they definitely would have done a lot of exercises there. Johnny Barrister, another good, very good batsman and wicket keeper. And the bowling, one has to wait and watch as to how Stuart Broad, James Anderson, Chris Wokes and Jake Ball shape up with the pink ball. And definitely one knows for a fact that the English pace pace and swing bowling combination is also looking as sharp as the Aussies. But it's all a matter of getting it right. But definitely it requires a lot of perseverance. So we will see as to what really comes up. Looking at the pitch and conditions here at the Adelaide Oval, they say that they could offer a nice mix, and Adelaide Oval predominantly one has seen that it has been a batting paradise. So one has to really see, and there was a lot of talk going on as to Chad Sayers might probably make his test debut on his home ground. But as of now, one does not know. The figure it says on the 11 players does not include Chad Sayers, because there's been a lot of talk going on as far as Chad Sayers was concerned. And I think it will have also a good mix of pace, bounce and spin as well. So it could be something in it for everybody there. And one looks forward to some very, very interesting tussle coming up. And as I said, England are the ones who are under a bit of pressure, but I'm sure they can soak up all the pressure, and they can really try to put it across Australia in the second test match, and that would be something which would be really, really a fascinating battle according to me at the Adelaide Oval. In the second test match of the Ashes series, the day-night test match at the Adelaide Oval with a pink ball. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, it's about time for me to wind up this cricket show by bidding you all a very goodbye.